Body language. One of the most fundamental yet least considered aspects in sales training courses is the subject of body language. The words to speak and how to say them and what responses to listen for are amongst the most common factors taught and discussed in sales training. And yet the most basic indicator of human opinion and attitude remains the human body. How it's held, its motions, reactions and gestures all tell a tale. Watch any animal program, especially one that deals with primates like monkeys, orangutans and gorillas, species that are nearest to our human gene, and the core subject will often revolve around the interaction, understanding, warning and tenderness signs that are emitted by the animal's body and motions. And, like it or not, the human body in all manner of situations reacts in a very similar manner, albeit camouflaged to some degree, as compared to our primate cousins, for whom such interactions remain a primary form of communication. Body language is especially relevant and important to sales for two main reasons. One, it can provide clues as to what a potential customer really thinks. And two, if harnessed, it can be used to convey certain subtle factors to a customer. Now, a sharp mind may already be asking the question that if a salesperson can control their body language, then so too can a customer. And in some highly trained buyers and businessmen, this will be the case. And like poker players, a complex situation of body lying can result. For example, just watch any politician on the television and notice how they shake their hands. A single hand to hand means we are talking but not allies. One hand on the shoulder whilst shaking conveys the message that we are both on the same side, and the second hand clasped over the shaking hands means you are important to us. And with people in the media, this does not happen by accident. These people have been taught how to use their body language to convey differing emotions and messages. Again, for example, open hands mean we are genuine, whereas closed fists mean we're determined, etc., etc. However, in the majority of every day-to-day sales situations, the subject of body language will not have entered a potential customer's head, and so provide a clear and open body document of opinion for a salesperson to read. But like in the wild, the full range of nuances are far too complex to tackle in a simple sales training course. So let's just consider the fact that this powerful sales tool exists and consider a few of the most fundamental sales-related body postures as a taster of what can be learnt if properly harnessed. Open body posture. An open body posture can be almost as the words suggest. The body is kept full on and open in its posture in relation to its counterpart. Arms may be fairly wide, legs crossed comfortably or slightly parted. Hands and joints will be fluid, easy in their movements. Head and eyes will be directed at or to the other party. An open body posture is a positive reception sign to a salesperson. It conveys that the customer is relaxed and comfortable with what they are being told or seeing. A closed body posture. This is the opposite, with arms firmly crossed or tight in motion, the body maybe slightly off to one side, the head averted or slightly tilted in a rigid manner. Often a mood screen like a pen or a placemat may be taken up and manipulated as a diversion, inferring the words you are speaking are only being half listened to. Closed body postures are bad news to a salesperson, as they describe that despite the possibility that warm words are being spoken, that underneath the customer is not comfortable with what they are hearing. Avoiding eye contact or hands masking the face is again a very bad sign. It means total dissatisfaction with what is being told. Or if the customer is speaking, it often infers that untruths or half-truths are being spoken. Hands. Hands, as within the handshake example, are wonderfully expressive body tools and are particularly useful to a salesperson as they are easy to use and very visible indicators to a customer's receptors. The use they can be put to can include some of the following: determined, a firm offer, impossible, flamboyant, artistic, illusionary. The list is endless, and with thought and practice can enhance your message significantly. The eyes. The eyes can be the best and yet the worst of indicators. It's said that the eye cannot lie, but again, a good poker player can tell you different. It's true that to lie with your eyes is very difficult, but should not be taken as impossible. But that being said, very few people are trained in the art, and the eyes can be taken to be one of the most expressive of indicators in the majority of circumstances. Eyes can show happiness, sadness, fear and joy, interest and boredom. They can flash with excitement and even curse with hate. Reading a potential customer's eyes is probably one of the surest measures of body language, and the art of reading them is well worth putting into practice and learning. But what can you do with the knowledge that's learnt from body language? If you can read what a potential customer really thinks, then how does that help if their words are saying something different? If a customer is telling you that everything you offer is wonderful, but his body tells you differently, what can you do about it? Confront them is the recommended course. Not in a harsh or damaging way, but perhaps with a simple question of fact. I sense you're not happy about something. What do we need to look at? That sort of question. Often this simple question can bring the issue to light and allow for its discussion and a solution to be found. And one last fact about body language. People enjoy reading other people's body messages, whether they realise it or not. Body messages give people more confidence that what they are hearing is true. Body language gives a simple discussion or presentation a greater depth and texture. Consider by example a singer singing on the stage, offering perfect notes but standing rigidly. This may be pleasant, but moving or dancing to the mood of the music turns a song into a performance. This is no coincidence. We enjoy reading their body language, and on the small stage of sales, the principle remains the same.